Good evening, class. Today I will be expanding on differentiation as a generic business level strategy. Including in this presentation will also be a general overview of what a generic business level strategy is, its determinants for execution, the different types of generic business strategies, an example of a differentiated business, and lastly, disadvantages as well as advantages of executing a differentiated business strategy. Let's begin. What is a generic business level strategy? Well, a generic business level strategy is essentially the result of how a firm or organization 1. Assesses the competitive climate of its respective industry, 2. Determines how and in what way it intends to compete within this industry, and 3. Finalizes its position within that industry. Determinants of generic business level strategies. 1. The source of competitive advantage, cost or uniqueness. This dimension addresses whether a firm endeavors to deliver a product which is cost effective, thereby enticing potential customers with low prices, or whether it intends to deliver a product which distinguishes itself amongst others within the same category. 2. The scope of operations, broad or narrow. The scope of operations addresses whether a firm takes a general position with respect to placating the needs of its target consumer base, or whether it intends to place more emphasis on satisfying a particular customer segment. As a result of analyzing the previously mentioned dimensions as well as their sub-elements, 4 types of generic business level strategies are derived, namely cost leadership, differentiation, focused cost leadership, and focused differentiation. For purposes of this presentation, emphasis will be placed on the differentiated business level strategy. However, it should be noted that there are some instances where firms capitalize on offering cost-effective products while simultaneously ensuring distinction. This phenomenon is referred to as a best cost strategy. Conversely, firms which are unable to provide uniqueness nor cost-effectiveness are referred to as being stuck in the middle. Differentiation. A differentiated business level strategy essentially aims to persuade consumers of the suitability of paying a premium price for an offering which is distinguishable through the provision of uniqueness or some desirable feature or features. Determinants of a successful differentiation strategy include 1. Product distinction, and 2. Communication of value proposition necessity. While a differentiated business level strategy is heavily dependent on the uniqueness of the proposed product or service, it is equally important for a firm to validate the necessity behind a premium pricing strategy through the communication of the value offered by distinguishing features. Moreover, implementing this strategy would prove most beneficial within a heavily saturated industry and/or product category. Apple Inc. has derived much of its success from differentiation through innovation. So how does Apple distinguish itself amongst its competitors? There are a plethora of reasons which can be attributed to Apple's recurring success. However, its product ecosystem presents itself as the most crucial. Subsequent to the launch of its flagship product, that being the iPhone, in 2007, Apple Inc. introduced a myriad of complementary services and devices, which not only ensured customer loyalty through consistent stimulation, but also enabled the company to distinguish itself through a substantive product portfolio. Apple AirPods, iTunes, Apple TV, and Apple Care Plus comprise only a minuscule fragment of deliverables, which have both simplified and revolutionized human interaction with mobile technology. Additionally, assistive capabilities such as Apple Pay has enabled the tech giant to capitalize on emerging technologies and trends, thereby increasing the demand for its hardware and necessitating the premium price point. Now, let's take a look at the benefits and drawbacks of a differentiated business level strategy. Differentiation advantages. 1. Strong profit margins through premium pricing capability. Introducing and emphasizing the value of unique product features allows differentiated firms to enjoy the benefits of premium pricing through the monetization of intangibles such as convenience and reliability. 2. Creates or influences buyer loyalty. Brands which capitalize on differentiation usually tend to have a loyal customer following due to a generally held notion of superiority over competing companies. Additionally, preference towards a particular brand is usually determined from the value derived from specific product capabilities, aesthetics, or accompanying social perceptions. Differentiation disadvantages. Customer reluctance towards premium pricing. There is no guarantee that differentiated features will warrant a high price. Firms must ensure that the perceived benefit offered by deliverables is valued enough to convince consumers that they're getting their money's worth. If not, these individuals become more inclined to seek cheaper, more generic alternatives, especially those who may be price sensitive.